Welcome to part 4 of 5 of Graduate Student Orientation. We're almost done. This podcast will introduce you to other offices and facilities on campus, which will help you make the most of your time at Stony Brook. First, I'll briefly introduce you to the Ombuds office, then we'll explore technology facilities, and finally, we'll talk about the university libraries and how to access library materials. The Ombuds office is perhaps one of the lesser-known offices on any campus, Stony Brook included. Basically, the Ombuds office serves as an informal resource for students, faculty, and staff at the university. The Ombuds office functions outside all other administrative and management functions on campus, and they are an alternative resource for anyone in the university community who wants to pursue concerns or conflicts they may be having and wants to understand from an objective, useful, and productive perspective what options they may have and how they might want to consider dealing with a difficult situation. Stony Brook is by no means a uniquely difficult or tricky place to come to school. The reality is, however, that Stony Brook, like any other large university, is a complex institution. Stony Brook is a major research university with over 25,000 students from basically every corner of the planet, pursuing hundreds of different disciplines involved in hundreds of different programs. Statistically, you would expect that every once in a while there's going to be some difficult or challenging situation for which someone on campus will need some assistance. The Ombuds office can help very simply just by providing you with accurate and clear information. For instance, if there's a policy on campus you do not understand, or you need advice on how to properly approach someone about an issue, say an advisor, faculty member, or other colleague. The Ombuds office is a safe space. They provide an opportunity for members of the university to put their concerns out on the table openly and clearly with complete privacy. It's a confidential resource, so nobody knows who comes to speak with the ombudsman or what is spoken about, with the exception, of course, if the ombudsman believes that there is imminent harm to self or others. The Ombuds office is independent, confidential, informal, and impartial. They will hear and respectfully consider your concerns and your feelings, but you can be assured that you will get an impartial opinion back to help you make a good, grounded, balanced decision for yourself in whatever it is you're trying to pursue or address productively. Here is a list of some of the many reasons why you might want to contact the Ombuds office. The Ombuds officers will meet with you personally or over the phone. No detailed communication is conducted over email because of the need for confidentiality. The Ombuds office serves all members of the university, including very senior administrators to senior faculty, staff, and both undergraduate and graduate students from all programs. The university is larger than most small cities, and so the Ombuds office is a place to help university members deal with issues related to their academic careers. If you need to utilize the Ombuds office, it is located on the ground floor of the main library, the Melville Library, in such a way that you can come and go with complete discretion. There's no wrong reason to contact the Ombuds office, so if you have questions or concerns, please do contact them. Next, I want to introduce you to technology here at Stony Brook. Like most institutions, Stony Brook has institutional email, online course management, and computer labs available to students. Beginning in fall 2012, Stony Brook will be partnering with Google to give students university-based Gmail accounts, which will allow you to share documents with people from other universities. Online course management is provided through Blackboard. You need to set up your NetID and password in Solar in order to access Blackboard and any other password-protected electronic resources at the university. The NetID is crucial to accessing a lot of the technological resources on campus, and so will pop up a lot in the next few minutes as we discuss these resources. Your NetID also grants you access to the Stony Brook wireless network. Instructions for connecting wireless devices of all shapes and sizes can be found on the TLT website. Blackboard can be accessed at the following website, blackboard.stonybrook.edu. Every course that you take or TA for that uses Blackboard to distribute documents or other course materials will show up when you log on to Blackboard. If you log on and do not see a course that the instructor has told you exists, check with the instructor to make sure that they have made the course available. This is a critical step that many faculty forget to do, which allows all enrolled students to see the materials on Blackboard. If you are TA and you do not see the Blackboard for your course, the instructor or department can add you as a TA to the course. TLT also maintains all of the computer labs on campus, known as sync sites. At a sync site computer, you have direct access to your campus cloud storage, called MySB files, access to various software packages, printing, and scanning services. Every student has 500 megabytes of cloud storage available to them that can be accessed from any computer with an internet connection. Again, you will need your NetID to log on to SyncSite computers. Stony Brook has a print from anywhere feature. Once you have this set up, you can send a print job from anywhere to a SyncSite printer. Within 24 hours of sending the print job, you must go to the SyncSite, log on to a computer, and release the print job. So, if you're running late, you can print from home and pick up your document at the SyncSite within 24 hours. Every student gets 40 pages of free personal printing per day, which accumulates over the week. So on Friday, if you have not printed anything, you have 200 free pages. This resets to 40 pages on Saturday, 40 pages on Sunday, and then accumulation begins again on Monday. If you run out of pages, you can also put money on your ID card and continue to print. Your NetID is also required to access library databases and to access free software. All students get free Semantic Antivirus and Microsoft Office from the university. There are several other free or reduced price software packages available to students, all of which are listed on the TLT website. One of the new services on campus is a virtual sync site, which allows you to access software you might need for a class, like Photoshop or MATLAB, remotely. Instructions for access are on the TLT website. I've personally used this to access Adobe Illustrator from home, and it really does work fantastically. TLT provides a Unix environment for students that need to use it for programming projects or other academic reasons. With MySB files, you can also have your own website, and TLT offers free workshops for students on website design and a variety of other topics. You can see a schedule of workshops on the TLT website. So, as you can see, your NetID is really important for accessing technological resources on campus. When you first log on to Solar and set up your NetID, make sure to choose a password and a question that you will remember. The question is particularly important because if you forget your password, the only way to reset it is to answer this question. So please do make sure that your question is something that you will remember and something that will not change over time. Solar also provides some stock questions which you can use. If you have any problems getting on the network, you can call client support at 632-9800. If you need help with a sync site, Blackboard, printing, or a virtual sync site, you can call the TLT help desk at 632-9602 or send an email to tlt@stonybrook.edu. Finally, let's move on to the university libraries. There are several different libraries and materials on campus. I'll focus on the main library, also known as the Melville Library, but you should be aware of the other libraries on campus. The Melville Library has materials from the humanities, arts, and social sciences, and both the science and engineering and music libraries are located in the same building. The chemistry library is in the chemistry building. Math and Physics Library is in the Math Tower of the Physics Building. MASIC, the Marine and Atmospheric Science Library, is on South Campus. There's also a Health Sciences Library on East Campus, and for all libraries, your student ID will act as your library card, which will allow you to check out materials. The URL for the library website is library.stonybrook.edu. If you need to get access to subscription resources from off-campus, like e-journals or databases, you will need to access them through the library website. By doing this, you are directed to the resource through the library proxy server. Once you've selected your resource, you authenticate that you belong to the university with your NetID and password. Also on the library website, there is an instant messenger widget so that you can ask library staff quick questions, and the library hours are also posted on the website. Each subject of study at Stony Brook is assigned a specialized librarian who is that subject's specialist, and there is a link to the subject guide for available resources on the library homepage. If you need to request a resource that the library does not have in order to do your research, a subject specialist can help you gain access to this resource within library budgetary constraints. Currently, Stony Brook has access to over 300 databases and other research resources, including Google Scholar. Google Scholar is a Google product that only returns results from books or scholarly journals. If you're using Google Scholar from off-campus, go into the Scholar Preferences. From here, go to the Library Links section and type in Stony Brook. Then check the link that says Stony Brook University full text at Stony Brook. This way, when Google Scholar returns results to you, there will be a link that will take you directly to the library proxy server, allowing you to access articles from off-campus much more easily. The library has a number of research services, including alert services, Stony Brook Dissertations Database, a special collections department on the second floor of the Melville Library, and interlibrary loan. Stony Brook is also a member of the Research Libraries Group, which for instance allows you to go into the city and use Columbia or NYU's library. You're not allowed to check out material, but you can work in the library and use their databases and books. The librarians suggest that you always call ahead, especially at NYU, because the building security is often not aware of the Research Libraries Group policy. You will need your Stony Brook ID card in order to get into the building. Here's a quick summary of circulation policies for graduate students. Renewals can be made online up to 3 times from the library website. Note that overdue fees greater than $5 will enact a registration block that prevents you from registering for the upcoming semester without paying the fee. Loan times are the entire semester at the main, music, and science and engineering libraries, and 30 days at all branch libraries. The library offers many resources for teaching and personal training. You can invite a librarian to come to your class to help you teach students how to access resources they need for course assignments. There are workshops on library and research resources, for example, how to use EndNote. If you have any questions about the library, please go to their website or call the main branch number to contact the librarians. With that, we'll now move on to Podcast 5, Graduate Student Life.